All right, y'all, we're going to go across the top here. These three problems across the top are the same for everybody. So pay attention. We're going to review this a little bit, and I'll ask you to solve a few equations for me tomorrow. So this first problem here has the distributive property. So I'm going to take this 2 times both of those first. When you do the distributive property, write everything else out. So 8, so I take the 2 times 3 and get 6, and 2 times 4 and get 8. Okay, so that's my first step there. So when you have C parentheses like that, use the distributive property to get rid of the parentheses. Okay. What's the next thing I'm going to do? Well, I'm going to look at the side with my variable, and that's on the right-hand side. Okay, so you get rid of the number that doesn't have the variable first by adding or subtracting. And bring down the letter. And then the last step is divide by the number in front of the letter. So k is equal to negative 13/8. So you can just leave it like that. 13 and 8 don't reduce. Okay, on to the next one. This is one that's different because it has a variable on both sides. So I could get rid of the negative 4w by adding 4w, and I can get rid of the 2w by subtracting 2w. Well, I'm going to add 4w to both sides. Those will cancel out. I added 4w because between adding and subtracting, it's always easier to add. So I'm always going to choose to add when I can. So 1 is equal to 12 plus 6w. 2 plus 4 is 6. Okay, next you look on the side that has the variable. Look over here. You're going to get rid of the number without the letter first by adding or subtracting. Okay, 1 minus 12 is negative 11. That's 6w. Your last step is to divide by the number in front of the letter. Divide by the coefficient on the variable. That gives me negative 11 over 6. Okay, one more over here. Alright, the first thing I need to do here is to combine like terms. I have all this stuff over here, and I need to combine it together. So I have 5e and negative 4e. Well, 5 minus 4 is 1. That gives me 1e. And 6 minus 5. Let me use 6 minus 5. That gives me 1 as well. On this side, 7 minus 3 is 4. And after I do this first step, I need to finish it off the same way. This is the side with the variable. So subtract the number that's not attached to the variable, just the term there. Okay, and 1e is really just e, so I can write that. 4 minus 1 is 3. If I did keep the 1 there, divided by 1, 3 divided by 1 would be 3. That would be, you could write that out if you want, but when you have a 1 as a coefficient, you don't need to do that. Okay, I'm going to give you a few minutes here to go over this, try a few problems out. From here on out, the problems are all different, so you'll have to check with me to make sure that you are getting them right, or just, you can also, I think if you just type these straight into Google, it'll do it for you, so, or it'll tell you the answers. So there's a number of ways where you can find and check your solutions. Okay, thank you much.